All right, now we're recording. All right, sorry I spent the last 5 minutes talking into my phone on camera mode instead of recording a video. So a week later, still messing around with the turbo on the daily. Hey, daily drivers, actually starting to get some love for this thing now, because worked on it for like a little bit today before I had issues with the car I was borrowing. So the one half hour or something I worked on it, everything went right, so that's good. So as you can see, the loaner car I was using, the battery had some issues, so now my battery's not here, but that's okay. I'll add it to the list of stuff I need. So let's see, recap. So you know where I grinded down that little notch there so I could fit a 17 millimeter on that coolant line. And I know I went a little carried away because it kind of ended up going, instead of notching, kind of just made a big old hole in it. But turns out didn't need to, because one of the reasons why it's a week later and it's not done is I've had to reorder parts every time a part came in from Amazon. So that's what I get for trying to be cheap. But the second set of lines I ordered for it, the first set never even came in. It kept on pushing back the date, so I canceled it and ordered a second set. The second set, the bolt, the banjo bolt that's impossible to get to, they put a Torx bit on it. So I probably grinded that down for nothing, because this one is Torx bit, way easier to kind of get a little Torx bit on there. Even if I have to go buy extra long Torx bit, still way easier to get that on there than a big old 17 millimeter socket. So probably grounded that down for nothing. And since I grounded that down and didn't think to cover up anything before I did that, there is a good amount of other stuff that I have to do now. For example, where that rag is covering that hole into the oil pan, that was not there when I was grinding it down, so I have to drain the oil. It's pretty much brand new oil from right before this happened. So they recommend draining the oil anyways after you do a turbo. So, but it was like brand new oil. So that sucks, because that's $30 down the drain. What else happened? Oh yeah, that air hose that goes pretty much straight to my turbo. Probably have to disconnect that now, wherever have to take off the fender liner to kind of get to the other side where it connects. Disconnect that, run some air through it to get all the little shavings. You can kind of see there's some shavings that kind of got in there, so just to be safe. Any curves too, so where it turns into metal, there's probably a good handful of shavings in there. So I'll have to basically take that off, and so I got some more work to do. Luckily, while I was messing around weighing out parts, I realized the exhaust gasket was still on, so I'm like, I'll take that off before I forget to, and then I double do the exhaust gasket. Two exhaust gaskets turn out don't make a right. So and then the best part of this, so I was really hating this car, right? It's my daily. No one likes their daily. I was really hating it until this came out without breaking. So this line is that oil line. It's metal up here. All the rest of it's plastic. It has a little clip thing right here. The clip, of course, broke off, but that's okay. It also opened up that bruise on my thumb that was healing for like a week, because I accidentally cut it with a drill bit. It took a week to heal. Finally got it healed. This broke off and cut my thumb again. But the thing I'm not mad about is none of this broke. Usually, in any video, pull up any video on doing a turbo on these 1.4 liter Chevys. Right here where all this crud is, that usually gets stuck there, so every video it breaks off right around there, so you have all this trapped in there, and you got to try and get that out so it doesn't fall in your oil pan. You got to try and get these O-rings off, because usually that's what kind of, between the crud there and the O-rings, that's kind of what makes it want to stay in there and why it breaks off. Somehow the car got smiled upon me. Since I've been having so many problems with my loaner vehicle, with it breaking down as I'm trying to get parts for this. They smiled down on me, and this whole thing came out. It was probably just, their divine intervention, because the only tool I used was these, curved needle nose, and, just gently kind of wiggled it, and it came out, so I'm happy. Don't have to worry about that getting, the bottom piece of it, because, it breaks off right there, and then you gotta try and get this out, and then usually this breaks apart, and half will fall into your oil pan, and then you gotta take off your oil pan, which probably isn't easy on here, because, nothing's ever easy on these new cars. But, so that worked. The one thing that I was waiting to break did not break. Everything else that I didn't think would break, broke, including the loaner car. So I'll put this back with the other parts in here. You can see I have pretty much 2 sets of parts. I got my stuff that was wrong, box over there, and I got my stuff that actually came in right over here. I even bought, while I was buying this brand new O2 sensor that actually has the right plug on it, they were like, hey, bet you'd like a O2 sensor socket. I'm like, I probably have one of these. I don't know where it is, but I probably have one. But it was only $6, so I'm like, oh hell, I have one now. Got the vacuum actuator that doesn't come with the super cheap turbo. So that's what you get for buying a turbo for under $200. It doesn't come with anything. Let's see, what else did I get? This came in. It was just some wire mesh for the rat rod project. So saw that was in there. It was in my my cart from last time I was looking for stuff for the mini rat rods. So I was like, oh hell, might as well order that up. The only thing that ever comes in right is the stuff I order for cars I don't need to drive to work. So yeah, got good amount of parts here. Got my old parts down here to do a little comparison. Oh yeah, you can see, I think that's the good catalytic converter. That's actually the same size as the old one. And I think there was something else of that one that I liked that the other one didn't have. But anyways, got all the right parts now, a week later. So normally the turbo should only take about 5 hours according to the book time. So, at least this part went right, so I can't complain. Meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tomorrow the daughter's coming over to sand the shoe box and do some body filler on there. She's going to learn body filler. So, yeah, probably do a video on that. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and, leave comments and all that good stuff.